All right, so we got Mercury and Scorpio at the moment. So we all are going to basically be thinking deeply about the past and thinking deeply about things that we hold in deeply internally. These things is going to basically be coming to the surface, and also our minds and the way we think, communicate, analyze, and share ideas is going to basically be going through a transformation. So basically, we got the Sun in Scorpio, we got Venus in Scorpio, we got Mercury in Scorpio. So we pretty much got three planets in Scorpio at the moment. For me, so we all going to basically be having a whole lot of things that's predicated towards our actions, our love language, and our secrets and our privacy. It's going to basically be very deeply emphasized during the remainder of these 30 days that we got going on before the full moon get here in Taurus. So during this season, whatever's on our mind, we need to either take full control of it, transform it, or transform things deeply that we pretty much held on to dealing with our past, because we also got the South Node of Scorpio, which is another fourth cycle that's going to basically be pretty much painting, or we're going to basically be thinking or bringing up past deep conversations or deep interactions that we had with individuals on a deeper level. Certain ideas and certain things should basically be expressed during this time. Certain things on your mind shouldn't basically be shared during this time. Certain things you should basically just pretty much hold in. Certain things shouldn't basically be brought to the table unless you're transforming it behind the scenes and deciphering how you're going to basically get these ideas that you're pretty much thinking about off your mind. Because certain things shouldn't even basically be on your mind, especially knowing that you are a kid or that you're pretty much getting to that stage where you're becoming an adult. Kids, they should be basically focusing on their creativity and talent, not struggling or being an adult when they're growing up, not having these things on their mind. Also, adults, you should basically be thinking about your childlike natures, aka your childhood. Never ever pretty much lack or ever put your childhood under the back seat. Make sure your childhood is right there in the front seat with you. Because the moment you put your childhood in the back seat and you allow society to put they shit in front of you, the moment you start pretty much living backwards. But sometimes every day is an uphill battle, and of course you got to utilize certain um, groups or certain transits or certain atmospheres. You got to like utilize these things to pretty much get yourself out of that circumstance or that predicament. And it's always a challenge, it's always a battle, it's always a fight. But of course, you got to basically be willing to pretty much go within, handle your business and responsibilities, or just pretty much lay back and then, of course, allow these things to pretty much keep piling up on you. Because eventually, you ain't gonna be in a situation of you wanting to keep allowing these things to pretty much ball up on you. You want to at least pretty much get rid of these. Now we're gonna basically do the rundowns real fast when it comes to Mercury and Scorpio in your houses. Now, if you have Mercury and Scorpio in your first house, this is thinking emotionally deep about the past or how you can pretty much persuade your actions and your goals and pretty much push off a new way of transforming, thinking and communicating deeply about transforming your personality and your personal traits. Now, if you got this in your second house, this is pretty much thinking and valuing deep emotions gears towards what you emotionally connect yourself with, what you're trying to basically bring down on earth, and what you are fixated on and clinching towards too on a deeper level. Third house. This is thinking, communicating, and sharing ideas deeply about the past or things that's predicated towards your siblings, neighbors, or your environment, or transforming or taking full power control for conversations and dealing with your environment or manifesting this. Got this in your fourth house. But this is thinking deeply this is thinking emotionally deep about home, family, and connections dealing with domestic natures, or thinking deeply about your home or transforming your home for good or for worse, or manifesting this. Got this in your fifth house. This is pretty much thinking deeply about your expressions, your hobbies, and what you got gears towards to when it comes to your children or your inner child. If you have Mercury and Scorpio in your sixth house, this is thinking deeply emotionally about your health, worrying deeply about your routines, worrying deeply about your service or your tasks towards the public. If you have this in your seventh house, this is thinking emotionally deep about your partnerships, your labelships, your friendships, your relationships, or relationships in general, or one on one relationships, or thinking about the past relationships that you have conquered. Also, if you have this in your eighth house, this is having a heavy emphasis of thinking emotionally deep about your privacies, your passions, your motivations, and what you got going on behind the scenes when it comes to the occult and mysticism. You got this in your ninth house. You're going to basically be thinking deeply about your experiences, your meanings, your purposes, and your beliefs and your wisdom and knowledge geared towards religion, spirituality, or God. You got this in your 10th house. You're going to basically be having an emotional, deep connection towards your status, your career, your goals, and your responsibilities, and what you're known for and how you're seen. 11th house, you're going to basically be thinking deeply about your associations, aka that's the energies in the sky at the moment. Sun and Scorpio moving Aquarius. So you're going to basically be thinking deeply about your associations and what you have associated yourself with when it comes to groups, the right individuals. Are you connecting yourself with the right friends, the right associations? And last but not least, if you have Mercury and Scorpio in your 12th house, you're going to basically be thinking deeply about your dreams, your imaginations, and your beliefs.